friends. This is Matthew Boyer with Paladin Cigars. We're here today to talk about cigar cutters. It's kind of a 101 series for us. So without wasting too much time, let's jump right in. So when did cigar cutters first come about? We don't really know, but right around the mid 1800s is when we first saw the official cigar cutter. Before then, it was sharp knives and sticks to get that end cap off and let us draw on the cigar. Today we have a whole host of options that are much better. And they come in a variety of types now to produce a different type of draw on the cigar. We're going to start off with the most classic. We have straight cutters that range in price from $3.50 up to the Cigars, the XO series, which is one of the best of the best, for $120. At the end of the day, they kind of do the same job, and what that is they take the full end cap off, just the crown of the cigar, allowing you to get a real easy draw, a lot of smoke in the mouth. It's one of my favorite cuts, and I'm going to go ahead and cut one for you right now with this Cigars XI1 cutter. The technique I'll utilize in the shop is taking the cigar, getting those blades lined up, just kind of resting them very lightly. Now remember, we're not going to take off too much. We don't want to destroy the cigar, just take off the end cap. And once you've got it situated and all square, just squeeze together and you've got a really nice cut on there, and the cigar is going to smoke like a dream. The next cut that is we're going to talk about is the VCut. There is a couple of different varieties. The Vertigo here is a really nice, inexpensive, retailing at $350, and then the Mercedes-Benz right now of VCuts, in my opinion, is this Cigars VX2. Very, very nice cutter, and it retails around $50, so it's not that much. And with Cigars lifetime warranty, it's really quite a bargain when you think about it. Now, the VCut is going to produce a different draw on the cigar. By draw, I mean the amount of air moving from the front to the back each time you puff. The science of what's going to happen is it's going to, again, as that is more restrictive on that draw, it's going to slow down the burn on the cigar, and it's going to feel a little more difficult in each puff. The pseudoscience, we're not entirely sure why, but it actually will intensify the flavors in the cigar. And really, there's a time and a place, I feel, for a VCut. If you're smoking a cigar that you know has a very, very loose draw, maybe it's a Cuban sandwich or a short leaf fill cigar, something just inexpensive you want to smoke on the golf course or something, and you don't mind if you lose it, a VCut or a punch can come in real handy. As my younger brother Aaron likes, he likes a VCut on a box press. Box presses notoriously are a very loose draw on the cigar and can burn very quickly with a straight cut. And so by applying a VCut there, you can actually slow down the draw and make the cigar last a little longer. So we're going to show you how to do that. This is actually pretty easy. Unlike the straight cut that has the danger of being able to overcut on the cigar and ruin the actual construction, the VCut is pretty easy. I will center it on the top and the bottom. Like to be maybe more fastidious than need be, and then you just squeeze and it produces this great little V shape right down the middle. Again, a very clean. The Cigars Surgical, the Vertigo, again for $350, does a great job. But that's going to reduce the draw on the cigar and make it last a little bit longer and intensify those flavors. Now the last cut variety we're going to talk about is the punch. Just a little apparatus here that allows you to put a small hole in the back. You've got the Vertigo, the small 5mm, and then the 9mm here. The largest that I've seen is an 11mm. They may make them bigger than that. I don't know why you would even want that. It just might straight cut the cigar at that point. But again, we're talking about something that is even more restrictive, especially with the 7mm than the VCut. We already talked about the time and the place of why you might use this. In particular, there are larger ring gauge cigars really is what you're looking at punching. Anything smaller, you can damage the end cap very easily with a punch, and you got to take your time. So what we're going to do is we're going to take this here, the punch, and we're going to rest it on the back. And again, I like to line it up from the top and then again from the side to make sure that I'm almost right in the middle. I've never gotten it perfect, but again, that welcome to the human race. We're going to just kind of move it back and forth in like a little bit of a sawing motion and apply some light pressure on it. Again, nothing too extreme. We don't want to press on it too hard, otherwise those end caps might come off. But what I do is I just rock it back and forth, and this is taking a little longer than I would like, but you got to take your time with it. You don't want to damage the cigar. That's a waste of time and money at that point. Now we've got it buried all the way up to the hilt. We're just going to pull it out, and a nice little punch hole right up the middle. It's a good draw. See, I didn't get it quite center, even though I took time to line it up, but it's still going to draw and it's still going to burn very nicely. This has been kind of a 101 on cigar cutters. I hope you enjoyed. Feel free to subscribe. Join us on Paladin Cigars anytime, and we'd love to hear from you. Give us your feedback. Take care.